everyone, welcome back to another video today. And finally, I'm back, and this time I'm back with a new series that I'm going to put every week, and that's the Premier League Big Six Roundup after all the matches of a particular Premier League game week are completed. So, this week I'm going to discuss about what Arsenal did, what Chelsea did, what Tottenham, what Manchester City, Liverpool, and United have done this week, and also look a bit more on Leicester because I think they're going to be the biggest competitor towards the top six. So starting discussing with Arsenal, and Arsenal were not having as good campaign as we know. With Arsenal, it was disappointing defeats at the hands of Brentford, then they were beaten by City and Chelsea. But see, normally everyone knew that Arsenal were going to lose to City and Chelsea. Yes, the manner of the defeats was not good. Let's be really honest, the manner of the defeats was pathetic to be comfortably beaten by Brentford. But one thing we always should remember was that they had a lot of injury crisis, and that was the toughest start they could have got. The biggest test was what were they going to do when they have had the time to gel, when the signings will be coming back, when the injury problems will go away. And we looked at the fixture list: Norwich home, Burnley away, Tottenham home. This was the matches where Arsenal and Arteta were going to be tested, and at the moment they have passed in this test. I won't say with flying colours, I won't say they smashed them or something like that, but see, winning is the most important thing for Arsenal. If you would have asked my Premier League prediction, I would have put Arsenal 5th. No fixtures in the midweek, no Europa League, Conference League or Champions League fixtures for them. So they can rest their players. And a team with Saka, Smith Rowe, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Partey, Lokonga, Xhaka. At the left you will have Tierney. At the right you will have Cedric Soares or Tomiyasu, the new signing they've done. Then Gabriel, then White. So this squad can do wonders. With Arteta though, I have big doubts. But again, he should be given at least some time to prove himself, and then you can make a final assessment. So he has done the job, not pretty, but they've beaten the two teams they were expected 1-0, kept 2 clean sheets, scored the goal that was not happening for them in the first 3 games, and found some momentum in the campaign. But yes, if they lose to Tottenham, then all the pressure will come back. So now they've finally built the momentum. Tottenham aren't at the level of Chelsea or City, so they will be expected at Emirates to pull up all 3 points. So moving to the North London rivals and moving to my team, Chelsea, and Chelsea absolutely liberated Tottenham, but that's not the case. In the first half, it was all Tottenham. It was absolutely Tottenham, and even I was stunned because with Nuno as the manager, I thought Tottenham will start the game, they will sit back, they'll try to give us all the possession, Chelsea will dominate everything, and Tottenham will just sit back and try to counter with Son, Kane. But it was different. Tottenham started on a front foot. They took the attack to Chelsea. But everybody knew once Chelsea hit their proper gear, once Chelsea understand and come, because Chelsea this season have not performed well as we know them, but once Chelsea hit that gear, it was going to be difficult for Tottenham. I don't even think we should judge Tottenham with this defeat. Nuno's problem has been the starting matches. They did a fantastic job against City, but performances against Wolves, Watford weren't good, but they picked up all 3 points, which hid all their deficiencies. Then they were smashed by Crystal Palace 3-0. That's unacceptable. And now they beat them with 3-0. And now suddenly, if you would have had this show after the international break, Tottenham would have been top in the league, Arsenal 19th in the league. Discussion would have been really, really different. But now, Arsenal have scored 2 goals in the last 2 matches. Tottenham have scored 0. Tottenham have conceded 6, Arsenal have conceded 0. So suddenly the North London derby for them becomes a lot of pressure, and now Nuno is finding it trouble because if they lose this match, then everything goes down because deficiencies of Tottenham for a squad that has players like Lo Celso, Tanguy Ndombele, Kane, Son, Moura, Bergwijn, Romero. They've signed Emerson, Regulian. They should not be playing this type of football they're doing under Nuno, and disappointment for me, it always struck under the Jose Mourinho, which I do not understand with Tottenham as a football club, but let's put it for another discussion. Moving on to Chelsea now, and they showed why they are a champion team. They showed how much that European trophy has helped us. The mentality is different now. Now see, many people will say that it's just 5 matches. Why are you making conclusions from that? Why are you trying to make absolute conclusions? Why are you trying to put Chelsea up that pedestal? They also started last year well. They were top of the league last time as well in December. So why? Last year Chelsea and this year Chelsea, there's a massive difference. The mentality difference. I can't remember us to come at a top 6 club at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium where many teams have struggled and absolutely liberate them with not even playing at the best. We have till now played at Anfield, not at the best, but got the 1-1 draw with a red card. Previous Chelsea gets battered 4-1 or 5-1. Then We played Aston Villa at home in a match where most probably it ends nil-nil or a nil-1 Aston Villa victory last year. It ends in a 3-0 Chelsea victory with the striker Lukaku scoring the goals. If you look at the matches against Zenit, again we were not good. Last season that match ends nil-nil. This season it ends 1-0. Today against Tottenham in the first half we were under the couch, and in the second half we most probably keep it nil-nil. But the mentality of this team is very different. Now in this match, Lukaku goals weren't required. Every player other than him stepped up. And Lukaku had a good game, but sadly, Mason Mount and Havertz both were having very poor game. But then, Thiago Silva steps up. A very, very good substitution. This is where Thomas Tuchel shows why he's regarded as one of the best managers right now on form in the world. That his tactical thinking is really top of the world. He made half-time subs. He knew that he has to change it to 3-5-2, and Havertz was a better striker than Mount. So he removed Mount, who was having a very poor game like Havertz, and then brought on Kante, made it a 3-5-2, and also helped Chelsea regain the midfield control. And then suddenly everything shifted. From Tottenham dominated the game to Chelsea dominated the game, and it was a proper champion performance where in the first half they weren't good, but they kept it in nil-nil. And in the second half Chelsea game, they obliterated Tottenham 3-0. It easily could have been 5 or 6. And I haven't seen Chelsea go to a top 6 stadium and they've performed like this. And this season we have went to Arsenal, we have went to Tottenham, we have went to Anfield, and every 3 stadium they put some fantastic display. Conceded 1 at Liverpool via penalty, but other than that we weren't even properly tested, except 1 or 2 Mendy saves. At Arsenal, except the Rob Holding chance, where to be honest we were playing in a second gear, we were not even tested. And the Tottenham game as well. Superb performance by this team, and they're showing by the champion. Defensively solid, attackingly getting the job done. A champion's confidence where this team knows how to get the job done. And that is a massive, massive quality for this team. Moving on to Manchester United, and I know with Manchester United, a lot of people have doubts. They don't play good football. They're not a balanced team. They will fall down. I disagree. I think Man U are not a team made for Champions League. Because in Champions League, it's about knockout ties. It's about one performance or one bad day. And I don't think if Man U perform like this, then they will be a Champions League winner. Because if they play like this in the first 30 minutes against City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, PSG, the scoreline could be already so much that always it won't happen. Then United will go 2-0 down, they'll come back 2-3. But I still think they are a proper league team. See, in the league, you don't have to always beat the bigger sides. You'll only play Liverpool 2 times, you'll only play Chelsea 2 times, you'll only play City 2 times. Other than that, I can see Man U mostly favourites in all of the matches. They will be favourites against Arsenal, they will be favourites against Tottenham, they will be favourites against Leicester, they will be favourites against all other teams. And in that matches, you should just get the job done, and United do that. Whatever you can say, they don't play, they don't have a system, Ole doesn't do this, individual brilliance. But guys, individual brilliance gives you 3 points. Individual brilliance gives you 3 points. At Wolves, Mason Greenwood brilliance, 3 points. Today, Lingard Screamer, 3 points. This is where United are dangerous. They have attacking players who are very, very potent in front of goal. You've got Lingard, who is very good in front of goal. Martial, good in front of goal, even if he's out of conference. Bruno, just massive in front of goals. Ronaldo, Cavani, Rashford, Greenwood. And this is why you can be 1-0 up against United. You could be 2-0 up against United. You know inevitable is going to happen and they'll win 2-3. So again, who cares about good performances when they're getting the job done? They're getting 3 points. And right now they have 13 points out of 5. So for me, I do agree these performances are not sustainable, but for the Champions League. I do think these performances are sustainable in the Premier League to put a title challenge. But yes, now United's test this season under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer management will be the 2 matches against Liverpool, the 2 matches against Chelsea, the 2 matches against City, because that 18 points is going to decide which team wins the title. This will be a very, very close title race, and the team that gets most points against each other is going to win the title. So that is where he will be tested. But against bottom sides, I think Man U is just going to get the job done every day, whether you cry, whether you do anything. So well done to them. Moving on to Liverpool, and Liverpool again. Silent Warriors, again getting the job done. 3-0 victory against Crystal Palace, who were buoyed by the confidence against victory against Tottenham. And they did trouble Liverpool in this game. But Liverpool are our Champions team as well. Liverpool know how to get the job done. They didn't even have Trent for this game. And they still got the job done. I do believe they've got good depth in defense. Konate, Van Dijk, Matip, Gomez, Robertson, Tsimikas. With Trent is a bit of a problem because every day Milner will not get the job done. So that's up to the Liverpool board. In the goalkeeping, Alisson. In the midfield also they balance. Still Chamberlain hasn't played. They have Naby Keita. So I think they can survive. Only problem will be that how much Salah can carry them and what will they do when Salah will be out for 3 weeks at AFCON. But overall, if Salah stayed fit for the whole season and overall Alexander-Arnold is fit for the whole season, do not discount this Liverpool side. You can call them your dark horses, but do not discount this Liverpool side. They are fantastic and they're only side along with Manchester City who know how to win 15-20 games in a row. So moving on to the defending champions Manchester City, and they were disappointing. And for me, I've been saying it for a long time, they are struggling without a striker. But the 5-0 win against Norwich, the 5-0 wins against Arsenal have just evaded everything from everyone, and they suddenly think they can win it without a striker. They did it last year when Chelsea were awful, United were not expected to challenge for the title, Liverpool had an awesome start of the season, but they had a very bad middle patch where they had no Virgil van Dijk, and then all other teams were not doing well. This year, 86 points will not be enough to win the title, and City will struggle without a striker. They will still be challengers, but there will be games like Southampton where they need a striking presence. And they have not done that. They've been a bit more arrogant for me, and that's where the problem is going to come. They still are very much capable of winning 15-20 games in a row. But the problem is when they will collide with Chelsea, City, United, that are not guaranteed 3 points anymore. So this is where City problem is, and this is why I've got a gut feeling here that City will make a move for Harry Kane in January and they'll get the deal done, and then we are going to have an epic title race. But overall, in this match, the picture was clear. They had too many creators, but they had no finisher. Grealish is a creator, De Bruyne is a creator, Bernardo Silva is a creator, and they do not have someone who can finish off the ingredient. And that was shown, and this is not a good sign. They still will be here, very close, but if they don't get that striker, that Aguero presence, they won't be able to close the gap. Because Chelsea have Lukaku, United have Ronaldo, Liverpool have Mohamed Salah, and this is where City are struggling. So this was a top 6 roundup, and yes, the final roundup is on Leicester City, and Leicester City have been a bit disappointing this season. They were hard done by the VR officials, I think, in this match against Brighton, but overall they haven't been the Leicester we know. So again, I've already said in my predictions show as well that Leicester will not be that bad this season, but Leicester will not reach the heights that they've done previous season, and I can see even Arsenal or at least Tottenham finishing above them, because it's always difficult. This Europa League is going to make them more and more tired, and every year they won't be able to put the same displays again. But Leicester will always be 7-6 fifth, 7-6 fifth, because they're building in a very, very right way. But every time for them to close that gap, finish 4th is not going to be enough. I told this that Leicester have bottled top 4 last year. They bottled the top 4 previous year, and that was just too much. You cannot bottle top 4 so many times and then expect it again. The top 4 teams this time are very, very strong, and then Arsenal have no European fixtures, and then Tottenham are also a decent team when you have Kane, Son, players like Højbjerg. So it's difficult for Leicester. But yes, do not discount them. They are still very capable with players like Madison, Tielemans, Vardy, Iheanacho to continue winning run. But yes, we're throwing the 2-0 lead against Napoli, and in this match, the form of Leicester is dipping, and an international break cannot come for them at a better time right now for me. And they need an international break to regroup and come back to the team we know. So this was a big 6 roundup along with Leicester City of this Premier League game week. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, please subscribe to the channel, and please give your feedback on these videos. Thank you.